We've put a tremendous amount of work into customizing Photoshop's interface, customizing some keyboard shortcuts, customizing some menus, and what have you. The next thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that everything gets saved. So we're going to save everything as a Photoshop workspace. So to do so, actually there's a couple of different ways to do this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to head to the Photoshop application bar, this doodad right across the top here, and I'm going to head to this drop-down menu right here, sort of these double arrows pointing to the right there. Go ahead and click on that guy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose New Workspace. Go ahead and choose that guy. And we're presented with this New Workspace dialog box. Go ahead and give your workspace a name. You can name it after yourself. I could call this Jeff's Groovy Workspace, or you could call it Web Workflow Workspace, or really whatever the heck you want. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call mine Web Workspace. How's that? I'm glad I remembered how to spell space. There we go. Now, below that we have Capture. Now, the panel locations are going to be saved with the workspace. So all of our panel locations that we've set up, keyboard shortcuts and menus are optional. So the customization we did in the previous exercise to customize our keyboard shortcuts and our menus, we can optionally save that in our workspace. So I'm going to say, yeah, go ahead and save my keyboard shortcuts and also go ahead and save my menu customizations as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on Save. Now, notice on the application bar, we are now on the Web Workspace interface here, or workspace. But at any time, I can go and change my workspace. This is what's so cool about working with workspaces inside Photoshop. So, for instance, what I could do is I could head over to the drop-down menu here, and I could go and change my workspace. Maybe I want to go back to Essentials. So I'm going to go ahead and choose Essentials here, and we get a whole lot of nothing. We get basically no change here. Let me try a different one. I'm going to try Painting here. There we go. There's our painting workspace. You can see my panels shifted there somewhat. If I head to my File menu, then I still see my customizations, which is nice. The keyboard shortcuts there and the customization that I did to the File menu. Or I could head back here and I could say maybe Photography. I'll choose Photography. Again, we see a workspace change, or you could try any of the others really here that you want. Maybe Design, for instance. There we go. And then at any point in time, I can go back to Web Workspace, and that takes me all the way back to where you and I were. So there's my column of icons, my layers panel, my two panels, character and paragraph over on the left-hand side. And of course, the changes that I made to my keyboard shortcuts and my menus is also retained. So it's always a good idea to save your workspaces just in case. Maybe Photoshop crashes or something and you lose all of your customizations. So make sure you go ahead and save up your workspace.